Well, this is it. This is my final drive in my 40th anniversary Mazda RX-8. I've sold it. RX-8 is the perfect weekend car. If I could afford it, I would keep this as my weekend car, and I would buy another car for traveling to and from work, and it'd be perfect. But unfortunately, my personal life circumstances means that I can't afford to do that. One, I don't have the space to have 3 cars, because we have our family car, and then this car, and then the new car that I'm going to buy for traveling to and from work. And yeah, I just don't have the funds. I can't afford to buy another car without selling this car, and I can't afford the registration and the insurance and all the maintenance and all that sort of stuff on 3 cars. It's just way too much. So I thought about it long and hard, and in the end I just made the decision that I would try and sell it, but I would only sell it if I got a good price for it. I put it up for sale at a price that I thought was worth it to me, and worth it for the car, and it was a good chunk of change more than what I actually paid for the car last year. So I thought to myself, well, we'll just leave it up to that. If it happens to sell, then I'll take it as, if it happens to sell for that high price, and I was firm on my price, and I thought if it sells for that price, then it's meant to be, I'm meant to sell it and go ahead with my plan to buy this other car. And surely enough, the night that I put it up for sale, so that evening, I got a message from someone who was interested. They wanted to come and have a look at the car the next morning, which I wasn't available to do because I was going to be at work. So they came down a few days later and had a look at the car, and they decided to buy it. And I told them I was firm at that price, and they agreed at that price. So I mean, that was, yeah, bit of a, yeah. So I was like, okay, wow, it took me, between putting it up and then I think maybe it was 5 or 6 hours later, someone was asking to have a look at the car, and then that person bought it. So 6 hours to sell a car. I decided, okay, well, I'd said that to myself, if it sold for that price, then I would go ahead and I would sell it, and I would buy this other car that I think will be just a bit nicer for the kind of driving that I'm doing most of the time. So yeah, this is my final drive. I'll make a video soon revealing the new car. I haven't got it yet. This car's getting picked up later on today by the new owner. And I should be getting my car in, hopefully it'll take less than 2 weeks, but we'll see. I'm buying it from interstate, which means I need to get it transported here, and I need to get it registered, and I need to get it checked over, because when you're transferring interstate, you have to get an identity check done on the car, just to make sure that it's not stolen and trying to be sold in a different state. So I've got to go through that whole process, plus of course purchasing the car. Interstate means I've got to organise a transport company to bring it over here for me, because it's a bit too far away to do a road trip, given that I have 2 very young children. So yeah, that's what's happening. The initial reason was actually I wanted to do something nice for my wife, because I'm a bit of I buy a lot of cars. Like I said, I had the Nissan 350Z for like 6 months. I don't even know if it was that long, and then I changed my mind and decided that I needed a car with back seats because of the kids. So I bought the RX-8, and here I am less than 12 months later, and I'm deciding to get another car again, but that was mainly due to the fact that I wanted to do something nice for my wife, and that was, she's been wanting for ages and ages and ages now to buy new carpet for the house, because our carpet is very old and very grotty, and when we came into a bit of money, we didn't spend that money on buying new carpet. We bought me a new car. That was when I bought the 350Z, and then I didn't have that for long, and I bought the RX-8, and yeah, it was getting to the point where I was thinking about getting rid of the RX-8 because of a few reasons. Like, it's one, the torque. I just wanted a car that was easier to drive in stop-start conditions, and the low torque makes that, you know, it's not the nicest. Manual transmission was kind of like, it could go manual, could go auto, not really sure. So yeah, that was, obviously auto would be easier in those conditions, but I could survive with a manual in those conditions, like, because I enjoy it, and if you've got enough torque, it's easy to take for that stop and start, even with the manual. And something that's just a little bit more comfortable, this one, the RX-8 got quite a harsh ride, which means, you know, it handles really well in the corners, but you know, that's 5% of my driving maybe, so I just couldn't justify it. Crunchy gear. So yeah, I was thinking about those things, and I wanted to do something nice for my wife, so I thought to myself, okay, well, put the RX-8 up for that, you know, the price above what I paid for it, and above what I could buy the other car that I was looking at getting, and if it sold, then I would do it. And so now we're going to have enough to buy my wife the new carpet for the house, and also get me a new car, and, you know, I mean, it's a win-win situation, really. So yeah, that's what I've decided to do. Yeah, it shouldn't be long. I'll get the new car and I'll make a new video. I'll make a reveal video of the new car to show you. Well, hopefully, I know a lot of you have subscribed because, probably mainly because it is an RX-8 and you've got RX-8s yourself, and so that's kind of why you're interested. So, you know, I hope you stick around to see the new car, and I'll do no doubt have some comparisons to the RX-8 and the new car, and, you know, make future videos. Hopefully they're interesting enough to you, even though it's not this car specifically. Car people tend to like all cars rather than just one specific car. So what are these people doing? Oh, I need to go this way. This car park that I'm driving in is really tight, and there are some people parked really poorly. So yeah, that's where we're at. Stick around for the reveal video of the new car. Have a good one.
Hello and welcome to another video. This is just a quick follow-up to my previous about the low coolant level warning light. It was asked in the comments of my previous video.